Celebrities, this is WMRR Radio. Host your show on WMRR Radio. Get on air at WMRR Radio, the podcaster station. WMRR Radio, the sponsors and advertiser station. Grow your business with WMRR Radio. Search Career Radio. WMRR Radio broadcast training going on now. Register today. Stay tuned and tune in to the Ms. Ross Radio Show on WMRR Radio, Miami.
Get in the Indie Artist Mix with Ms. Ross, broadcasting live from your location. 15 minutes of commercial-free.
Y'all already know what time it is. This Man Talk Monday is 8 o'clock. We feeling great. Y'all join, share it live. Y'all make sure y'all tag everybody. Join, share. We finna get into it today. Y'all already know.
Crew BP1STC Davis. Shout out to everybody in Hurt Feathers. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes on growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy. You better have your scully and coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Them niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. And still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes on growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy. You better have your scully and coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Them niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial just so they can come and go when it's time. These bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. And still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. In my city ain't no freedom, why they call it living. We slapping pussy niggas down like we at the Wimbledon. Line them up with the beam if he acting jittery. His homie put that pinch back, he said he ain't with trickery. Neighbors behind that 4-5 will put you out your misery. Chopper leave you wet, crime scene slippery. Leave a nigga smoke, barbecue hickory. You a fresh dumb bitch, so I'ma call you Hillary. When it come to money, boy, I get a crave. You niggas turn trade when your homies need saving.
Y'all already know what time it is. When you jump in, drop you a yo. What's going on, Keith? My boy.
Fuck that delay and I need my repayment. It's my tools like concrete and lay you like pavement. Baptize you with bullets, all you need is saving. My chorus is divine, all life real estate. So this world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and
yo, Denise, what's good, sis? Y'all already know what time it is. Join the shit live, man. Y'all make sure y'all tag everybody. We finna get to the business.
Bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. Still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game, boy. You better have your scully and coat. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Them niggas hate for a rise. They want a partial just so they can come and go when it's time. You bitches do your ass wrong when you ain't got a dime. And still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. Tis the season, I'm here for a reason. I'm bullets hit you screaming, they can't stop the beat. These niggas pouring on the court when we cross the
Kelly, what's good, my boy? Yo,
I got the 4-5 and see in the beam is the secret. Your price is way too high for this reef. I'm thinking about keeping it. I see you pussies banging your colors, but I'm thinking about bleaching. They talk behind your back for these bitches, but smile when they see. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. Pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes are growing great.
Y'all already know it's that one stick. Make sure y'all go cop that album, that EP, whatever you want to call it. That mixtape is streaming on all platforms. That's how I feel. Yeah.
When you ain't got a dime, still when you foot the bill sometimes. That's why I say fuck these niggas. This world so cutthroat. These pussy niggas love to text your location. The hoes and growing grades trying to figure how the game's supposed to go. It's a cold game,
true
boy.
Story.
You better have your scully and coat. That's why I say fuck.
Y'all already know what time it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all go cop that True Story. It's the True Story. My man, One Stick, the homie Navis. Y'all already want one stick, one STC Navis. Y'all make sure y'all go holler at him. You hear me? Ugh. Join Shed Alive. We finna get to it.
I just came to do my thing. While you pussies wanna hate on me, I'm the coach and QB. Next play on me. Since they eager to jump, snap cadence on 3. Flow like a rock, him sting like the boy Ali. We ought to sing the apple don't fall far from the tree. Deep on sing, see me in the streets, just let me be. Cause they'll leave your family with a hell of a fee. And church bowing heads taking a knee. My old boy gave me the lawyer, I ain't taking a plea. My niggas going out for Boston, I ain't talking to T.
Or the Celtics.
My niggas head first for the green, they can't help it. We turn Wu-Tang for the cream, no other method. You need the code of conduct, you lack ethics. I came to stack the wheat bread and cold lettuce. Reveal concealed weapons the moment we feel threatened. I know the clock's ticking, but nigga, the time's precious. Signal the green light for my people, I'm John Legend. I have you laid up in the suit that's double-breasted. We save you from your past, the raw and the sick records. They see you on my schedule, so nigga, I been betting. You gotta take your charge, you won't credit or debit. We know you bring the baby, fuck nigga, you been neglected. It's under 12 months, retirement ain't vested. You lose the real niggas, your life ain't been tested. Messed up, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med pack. Sheesh. Messed up, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med pack. Sheesh. Messed up, where the bread at?
Where the bread at?
If you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med pack. Yeah, messed up, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at.
Darius, what's good, my boy?
I'm about Austin native, that's no debating. I seen Confederate flags waving and thought about the slave ship. 54% of y'all can actually relate it. Instead of opening your penal gland and trying to be awakened, we'd rather be laid on pavements and counting bottles of sedation. Man, the shit is disgracing, that's why they go get replacements. Biting the nigga flavor and taking notes on my nature. You got you a new customer if you can get it catered. Why the fuck you bought a 30 when you could have bought a laser? Cause you bitches can't shoot, come and get these hoes a taser. I'm a professional, always intellectual. I hit a lick and felt the Lord look down and said I'm blessing you. Never been selfish, share the good wealth with the crew. If it ain't enough, break it down to a
Tiff.
If that ain't enough, stretch it out with a
That's what that is.
I don't know, nigga, cause these pussies ain't dependable. Messed up, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med pack. Shit, messed up, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med pack. Shit, messed up, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med pack. Shit, messed up, where the bread at? We in the cut, if you asking where the lead at. We ducking y'all, cause we heard that's where the feds at. Hit you up, you gon' need more than a med pack. Shit.
Y'all already know what time it is, man. It's one STC Navis. Y'all make sure y'all go cop that True Story, the mixtape. That's my homie. Y'all already know what time it is. Gotta show love always. We here, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today. It's Man Talk Monday. Shout out to y'all. This Monday, January 31st. Last day of January, that means first day of February tomorrow. Know them bills due. Y'all make sure y'all go pay them. And if you need help with paying your bills, if you trying to get some second, third, and fourth streams of income, y'all make sure y'all holler at Ms. Ross. Make sure y'all holler at the Wormsgood franchise. Get your own franchise. Be your own owner. Be your own boss. Rose can help you do it. Y'all make sure y'all get at Ms. Ross, the boss, who just celebrated her birthday. Happy birthday, by the way, boss lady. Y'all make sure y'all get at her, man. She gonna help you get that second and third and fourth revenue stream. So, January 31st, we here today. Y'all join, share it live. We get into it. Got a great topic today. You know, I think it's a great topic. You know, I can't speak for everybody, but I think it's a great topic. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link for y'all right now. You want to join the live. You want to drop your comment, you most definitely can do so. And there go the link right there. Y'all make sure if you want to drop your comment, if you feel like you got something to say, I give everybody the opportunity to jump on and say something. We're gonna have us a guest later on tonight. I'm trying to get that worked out for her right now. Yeah, y'all already know what time it is. You know we don't start no show without shouting out the people who support us. So make sure y'all go cop some Mistaken ID merch. Y'all already know what time it is. That's Puerto Rican E on the Dolphin. You know, so y'all make sure y'all go cop Mistaken ID merch. Make sure you go to Mistaken Kicks. You're getting all the Jordans, whatever you want. You know, you want them new ones. You miss them 11s. Whatever, man. Y'all make sure y'all get at Mistaken Kicks and make sure y'all get at Mistaken ID. Make sure you cop yourself some merch. Shout out to the movie studio, man. Y'all already see what time it is. You see the sign in the back. We doing big things. The movie studio where you can become a star too. If you got some headshots you need to take, if you want to put a scene in, if you want to start putting in some content, you need help with directing, editing, you need help with producing, you need people to come in and act in your roles, then come to the movie studio, man. The movie studio is going to get you right. It's a whole motorcycle right here. It's a whole green screen in the back. I just came from back there. I thought I was 007. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all holler at the movie studio, man. Make sure y'all download the app. Go to our website. Go to our webpage. Y'all see the Movie Studio Inc. Make sure y'all download the app. Watching some movies. If you want to be a star, they can make you one. Very simple, man. And we in the Galleria Mall. Nice, beautiful surroundings. So make sure y'all get at the movie studio Inc. Go to the webpage, go to their Facebook page, hit them with a like, hit them with 5 comments, and let's get them big. Yeah? Sandra'sAccessories.com. Y'all already know what time it is with Sandra. I'm going to keep telling y'all about Sandra. 16-year-old, I think she's 17 now, I'll tell you the truth. But she's a teenager, man, still in high school, and she's also an entrepreneur. She got her own business. So say she is not trying to enter the rat race. You know, we entered the rat race. Some of us have businesses, some of us have other aspirations and goals, and some of us got us 9 to 5s. Nothing wrong with either. But we had to get into the rat race. Young Sandra says she's not trying to get into the rat race. So y'all make sure y'all go to Sandra'sAccessories.com, make you copy some merch. Let her know you Man Talk Monday, man. There's all type of parties going. We got 80s parties, 90s parties, all white parties, but you need yourself some accessories. You need glasses and slap socks and all of that. So go to Sandra'sAccessories.com. Make sure y'all big up that young lady because she doing it the right way. Shout out to everybody, man. You got a business, you know, y'all already know. Perfect. Link in the comments. But yeah, so y'all already know what time it is, man. We got to get to the business. Y'all. We got to get to the business. We got an interesting topic today, interesting conversation, but I definitely think it's a conversation that we need to have. I think that a part about this dating atmosphere, a part about what we do, is we're not coming from places of understanding from each other. I think that we also have some misconceptions and we have some things that we may be looking at it a complete wrong way. So let's talk about it. I want to know, okay, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, I want to know, drop a comment. We're going to get to the portion where everybody can come in and say how they feel and say their piece on it. But I want to know, what is submission to you? Ladies, what do you in your mind think when you hear submit to a man? And when you think of the notion of submission? And guys, when you say that you want a woman to submit to you, what exactly do you mean by that? It's my position that we have different or dueling definitions of what submission is. So, you know, I ask guys, and, you know, what I get from some guys is, oh man, you know, I don't want to be, you know, I just don't want to be talked to any kind of way. You know, I mean, now when I hear something like that, I automatically think in my mind, well, that's only courteous of a human being. As a human, you don't talk to people any kind of way. So that can't be like an idea of submission. That seems like more of an idea of just being a decent human. I don't know, right? So when we say that submit, what do we mean? Women, what do you think men mean when they say they want a woman to submit? I think that women have in their mind that somehow this submission equals to servitude, right? And that's why I think there's so many women are against submission, or so many women are requiring such a high bar to receive submission, because they think that submission equates to servitude. And I don't actually think that's what men mean when they say they want a woman to submit. Denise says allowing him to lead. Now, okay, so that is your idea of what submission is, allowing him to lead. So I assume when you say allowing him to lead, you mean allowing him to make the decisions that affect the family, right? And I get that, and I dig that. Let's get before I'm gonna come to each everybody. I'm gonna come to your point. So believe you me, we're gonna have a good conversation today. I already dropped the link. So if you want to join the live, if you want to come on this camera, if you want to talk to the people, if you want to talk to the WMR family, if you want to talk to the movie studio family, if you want to talk to the world and give the world your opinion, click the link and we're gonna get you in the live so we can hear what you got to say. Now be ready, because when you say what it is you say, I may or may not have a retort for what you said. That is called discourse. It's healthy, and we're gonna have good discourse today. Okay. So Denise says allowing him to lead. And I assimilate, and I think that when you say allowing him to lead, I think that you're saying that you are allowing him to make the decisions that affect the household, the entire family. Cool. Bomb. Keith said most of them ain't decent no more. Well, okay. Hey, Keith, you know me. I'm gonna at least wait a little bit. But hey, we got a whole bunch of people that ain't decent. Honestly, and that's just factual. But I think that the thing is, we look at, and I ain't talking specifically to you, Keith, but I'm just saying, and just generally, what we do is we look at each end of the spectrum instead of understanding that there's a whole middle section. You know what I'm saying? So it's either people this or people that, and we don't provide that gray area, which is the middle of life. You know what I'm saying? For everybody, it's different for everybody. We all have different issues. We all go through different things. Man, you could, if you sat down and you hear some of the stories, man, you really be thankful for your life, and your life may have not even been good, man. So I think that we have to remember that there is that middle section to every spectrum. It is a beginning, and it is the right, and it's the here, but between here is a whole bunch of stuff. So we deal with the whole bunch of stuff. We ain't gonna even get to the undecent people, men and women alike. But yeah, ladies, I want to know, what's your idea of submission? What is it that you think submission means, or what men want when they say they want a woman to submit? What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. You can click on the link in the comments if you want to give your opinion, if you want to tell us how you feel. Man, Talk Monday, we welcome all conversation. We welcome all opinion. We do challenge opinion here, though. So, let's see here. Give me one moment, y'all. While we do that, Tiffy James, what do you think submission is? What do you think in your mind when you hear submit to your man? What is it that you think that means? I'm gonna let y'all gather y'all thoughts. I'm gonna let y'all get yourself together. Okay. Now remember, I told y'all I had somebody special. Okay. I had a special person. All right. So I have entrepreneur and host of the True Effect Show. It's based out of Denver, Colorado. I was in Colorado. Beautiful city. Beautiful sister. Everybody call her TB. She's affectionately known as TB. Y'all make sure y'all show her some love. Show her IG page some love. TB underscore butterfly effects. And y'all know she spelled effects like how we say effects. EFFEX. So make sure you on it. Okay? We got live. We got live and direct. TB, how you doing, mama?
How you doing? Thank you for having me. I'm good. Thank you.
Tell the people about yourself. Let them know about you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Taisha. I am out here now in Philly, but based in Colorado. I am an entrepreneur. I own a cosmetic brand or line called TB Butterfly Effects. We sell everything from lashes, lipstick, oils, beard oil for men, moisturizing oils. And now we are branching off into, I would say, a podcast or a show that we do every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Here on, or not here on Facebook, but on Instagram at TB Butterfly Effects. And we just talk, try to bridge the gap between men and women and female relationships and everything like that. So here I am. I'm here. I'm excited. I'm ready to join the party.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. First of all, now see, you had caught my little back ear back here. I had the small ears, but you caught my ear when you said that beard oil, because I be needing to, I be needing to get my stuff together. So I'm gonna make sure we converse about that. But yeah, and look at that, you already got a fan. Denise says, "Love your makeup."
Oh, thank you.
You did that. I can't play the song because they'll hit me with the but you did that. You did that. Okay. All right, man. So y'all make sure, and I'm gonna get you with somebody that I know, man. They run a makeup page. It's called Mommies and Makeup. And they do these makeup look to man, and they're amazing, and they do a lot. So definitely, we're gonna definitely get you big out here.
Awesome. Thank you.
TB, tell me, what do you think? The topic of conversation tonight is that I think that men and women may have two totally different definitions of what submission is. We hear a lot in social media and entertainment, as it were, in regards to women submitting. The type of man that you have to be, or what you have to have for a woman to submit to you. What is it? What is submission? Or what is it? What is this thing that men have to reach a certain socioeconomic status to receive from women when they talk about submission?
I mean, I feel like submission means, or it should mean, something different to every one of us. But as for me, I believe that submission is more so letting the man lead you, and trusting that he could lead you in the right path, as opposed to bowing down. Because a lot of times we feel like when someone say, "Well, you got to submit to your man," it means basically kiss his feet or worship the ground that he walks on. But for me, it's more so letting him lead you, getting advice or giving advice as well. Because sometimes in being submissive, a lot of women they lose their voice, or their voice is, and they shut down and they just let the man say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, whatever it is. We need to change the definition of a submission. But I have a question too. Is being submissive, is it different when you're a girlfriend as opposed to when you're married?
Well, I think that is completely dependent upon each individual relationship. I can say that if the relationship is an audition for the ultimate movie, which is the marriage, then I would say that one would have to show that they are at least willing or have the ability to submit in order to get to that marriage. I don't think that it should be necessarily going marriage then submission. I think that the same way that as your boyfriend, I have to show you that I have the requisite abilities to be your husband. It would be the same way you would have to show that you have the requisite abilities to be a wife. And if submission is what is required, then that would be something that you would do as a girlfriend as well as a wife. Now it's varying degrees, of course, and relationships have to maturate before we get to a place where we're actually conducting ourselves in something like a mock play of what the movie would be, or that marriage. So now, when we first dating, and when we, okay, you my girl, but we fresh into it. Maybe you don't see much of what someone would consider submission, but then if we're actively moving towards the ultimate goal of marriage, then you would have to show that you can submit, or that you are at least willing to do what it takes to submit according to what I guess that man feels submission is.
Yeah, a lot of times also I feel like when we say submission or to be submissive, we're talking to the female, but also I think it's supposed to be like a mutual thing. If I'm not looking at it as a slave piece or a slave perspective, I think it should be mutual as well as voluntarily. Like it should just happen like organically, I would say,
Right.
as opposed to me feeling like it's a burden, having to, like when the man tell me something like, hey, can you get this for me? I feel like, oh my gosh, now I'm your slave. I think we should, I have some notes down that I wrote. I also feel like it's not always agreeing with the guy. Have your own opinion. It's okay. And seeing it from different perspective will also alleviate the submissive word. It's more like a partnership as opposed to working for someone. If that
Right.
But I think when you were speaking, you said something about like how, what's the example I wanted to give? I wanted to give example of wifely duties.
Right.
What are wifely duties? If I'm a girlfriend and I'm doing wifely duties, am I being submissive, or am I just playing this role that, okay, eventually, or hopes that I can get married with this guy because I'm showing him all these extra things that I'm capable of doing for him. So
right. I mean, so then I guess then one would have to define what wifely duties is. Like I'm looking at like and I'm looking at some of the comments. So I'll read some of the comments, right? Mm-hmm. So some of the comments, Denise says respecting your man is also a form of submission. Mm-hmm. Selena says honor, love, respect, and protect your man. And it goes both ways. Respecting your man's opinion concerning everything. Mm-hmm. Respecting him in front of others as well. So now this is my thing, right? And I get everything that you ladies are saying. Those are great things. Those are great things that you do, right? But I would think, and this is why I think that it's so much of a misunderstanding almost, right? Because I would think that any of those things that they named would be something that you would do because you understand that as a human being, someone deserves that until they show you that they don't, right? So when you say respecting your man's opinion concerning everything, well, I would assume that if you're in a relationship and your relationship is a partnership, if you guys are together in that relationship, I would assume that respecting him and his opinion would happen because he's a human and you're a human. Same way he should be respecting your opinion. Not that, you don't have an opinion, because like it's my position that a dull relationship consists of a yes woman. Mm-hmm. A dull relationship consists of a woman who you don't get no fire from. Now, it's not to say that we need to be fighting, but I like to have spirited debates. Mm-hmm. It's nothing wrong with discourse. It is healthy. I think that a lot of times we blow up because of lack of discourse, because we lack the ability to converse and have the ability to disagree and move forward. So okay, me and my wife, or me and my girlfriend, or whoever, we decided that we're doing something. Okay, we're having this conversation. Hey, I think we should do this, right? As a human being, as a fact that we're together and we're partners, if I say I think that we should do something, then that is a conversation for us to be had, especially if I'm telling you that I'm thinking about doing something. Because the wrong thing for me to do, I think, is to just rashly do something that affects both of us in a tangible way. If it's something that simply affects me, which may not necessarily affect you, as cute as it may be to say, oh, when you heard, I heard, as cute as that is, realistically, there are decisions I could make that may mess me up, not mess you up. So if I say, well, hey, I'm gonna put $1,000 in the stock market. If I put $1,000 of my money in the stock market and I lose that 1,000, it didn't really mess you up. It was my money. I spent it. Conversely, if you decided to take $1,000 of your money and you paid for some shoes, bad decision as it may be, it was your money. You get what I'm saying? As long as you didn't take that out of our account, you know what I'm saying? Like, then hey, you whatever. But if I said that I think that we should do something, I would assume that you respect my opinion on the matter because we're in a relationship. It's not specific to me being a man, and then because I'm a man, you have to respect my what I'm saying. No, we're in a relationship and we're together. We're partners. So I say that I think that we should do something. Now, your retort may be, well, babe, I think that that's not a bad idea. I don't not love it. I think that maybe if you tried it this way, see, this is what collaboration comes in. No one person built something by themselves. It took collaboration. We had to work together. The man who built the building, yeah, he may have put up the foundation, but he didn't know how to put the structure up. He had to get that guy who knows what steel needs to be heated to in order to be pressured to this. And that guy didn't lay the plumbing. He had to collaborate with a plumber, and that plumber had to say, well, I need you to make this way so that I can run pipe once you're done. It's a collaborative effort. We have to work together. So it's not a situation where, oh, I'm the man, boom, what I say go. No, if it's something that will affect both of us, if it's something that affects our family, a conversation should be had. This is not you submitting to me. This is how teamwork actually works. Now, true enough, at the end of the day, you may say, well, you know what? I think that we should do it this way. But if that's how you feel, we can try it that way. I guess that's that form of give and take. Because there are going to be some things that you want to do that I may generally not be caring of, but because you wanted to do them, I'm gonna say, well, babe, I don't think so. But if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's in a relationship. I don't consider that submitting, and that's what I think it is. Or maybe it's just my specific definition, how I feel about it. But I don't consider that submission. I consider that working together as a team. And then when you add in the component that at the end of the day, that man that you lay with, your partner, your teammate, he is the person who is going to lay his life on the line so that you continue to live. If you guys live together, you hear something going downstairs, somebody kicking that door, then guess what's going to happen? That man is going to get up. He's going to be ready to put his life on the line so that you live. Maybe that deserves a modicum of influence as it pertains to the decision making of a household. I would think that the person who had to lay their life on the line may just have a modicum more of power as it pertains to decision making. But just in that situation alone, I guess if that's what you consider submission, isn't the man that is going to put his life on the line so that you live, that isn't he deserving of the respect and the respect of the opinion and the not embarrassing him in public, which you shouldn't do that to anybody. You shouldn't be embarrassing your mom and your daddy in public. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be embarrassing your family name. You are a representation of the people who you associate with. So when I go out, I don't go out with embarrassment on my mind because I represent the people I associate with. When you see me, you see my partner. And when you see my partner, you see me. If he act up in public, you're going to assume that that's how we act in public. And that's not the case. Since I'm cognizant of that, I'm not going to embarrass somebody in public. That's just my human decency. That has nothing to do with me being in a relationship. I won't do anything that is not called for. If something calls for me to embarrass you in public, then you're going to get embarrassed. But it would have to be a cause to that. I'm just not going to do it because, I'm not going to do it because it's sunny outside. Right. Oh, it's Thursday. Let me embarrass her. Nah, I'm not going to do that. So I don't think that should be anything that a human reaches for, and especially when you're in a relationship, because we got to realize that anything that comes out of our mouth will never go back in. Mended bones broken bones will heal, but what you hear will not escape your mind unless you lose your mind. So people go walk with your words every day, even if you broke a bone, that bone gonna heal, and eventually they gonna heal physically. What you said attacks them mentally, and that's something that won't go away. So you always have to be cognizant of what you say to people in anger, especially when you're in a relationship.
Absolutely. I think the problem is we oftentimes, when we hear submissive or submission, we automatically associate with control. And it's a no-no. I mean, sometimes guys too, they feel like, hey, you have to bow down, you have to be submissive because I'm in control. What does that even mean? Some guys like to be in control. They like to tell the girls what to do, especially if the woman is not working, don't have anything going for herself. A lot of guys thrive over that, and which is, that's not the way to do it. But let's say if, of course, sometimes society shows that guys or men make more money than women. So I've been told, but I don't think that's true. But so society said that. So why do I feel like, or why should my man feel it's okay for him to disrespect me or tell me, hey, Taisha, it's time for you to go to sleep. Hey, you can't eat that. You can't touch this. You can't touch that. It's my money. This is my account. Or all you can do is just pay the bills and take care of the kids. But why is it okay for some guys to do such thing or to treat us like that?
Well, the thing is, it's not okay. I mean, that behavior is not okay. I don't rule somebody. I don't run anybody. Do I have a suggestion? Yes. So let's say if you my girl and I tell you I don't want you out at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't want you out at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not a decent hour.
But being submissive, I wouldn't be out that late if I'm not with you or if you don't know where I'm at. You get what I'm saying? I think that's right. The respect that comes with being submissive or being in a relationship. And
right. See, but what you just described as far as that man is not respect. Me telling you what you can and can't eat, that's not respectful per se. Now, okay, if there's something that's not advantageous to your health. So let's say if you went to the doctor already and the doctor told you need to stop drinking sodas and I catch you drinking sodas. Me telling you to put that soda down is not because I'm trying to rule you. It's because I know that there's health implications. I love you and care for your mind, body, and spirit. I know that if you drinking sodas, it's not advantageous to your mind, body, and spirit. So yes, I'm gonna make that correction. But again, what you said seems totalitarian. It seems dictator-like, and that's not proper in a relationship. Like me being a man does not afford me the opportunity to rule with an iron fist. Me being a man affords me the opportunity to defend your honor and defend my family. Me being a man affords me the opportunity to lift a little more. Me being a man affords me the opportunity to go a little further. But that does not make me a dictator. That does not mean that you do what I say. Any man that thinks that way, he is a prisoner of a material circumstance because he's equating what he has to the power he wields. And you can be a weak, rich man, and you could be a powerful fool or a powerful poor man, essentially. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's not a man. That's not how you conduct a relationship anyway. So no man should be walking around thinking like that. Like, and this is the dangers of the notion that people are worth what they have and not who they are. So we hear that attitude expounded upon traditionally by guys of a certain socioeconomic status. You don't hear fucking Twan the bus driver talking like that. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear Billy the mechanic talk like that. Mm-hmm. You don't hear Johnny the welder talking like that. Now you may hear Kevin Samuels, the life relationship coach, this and that talk like that. You may hear Myron and Fresh from the Fresh and Fit podcast, Stock Market Woobs, and all. You may hear them talk like that, but those are men of a certain socioeconomic ladder, and they think that the ladder that the rung of that ladder affords them the opportunity to talk and conduct themselves with women that way. And the only reason why they feel that way is because there's countless examples of women who have allowed it simply for those variables. Because each and every last one of those men could lose every dollar they have tomorrow. It didn't happen to people, it didn't happen. We seen this. We seen the pandemic. We seen 2008. All of us been living for a couple of tragedies now. Mm-hmm. So we know that that's possible. But those guys are the ones that's lauded after. And since they're lauded after, and women won't leave them alone, although they expound upon views that they do not like, because of what they have materially, women will forego that. They continue to talk that way. It's just like rap music. The only reason why women still get called bitches in rap music is because they still dance to that music. They still entertain that music. If women in lockstep said we won't entertain any rapper that uses derogatory language as it pertains to women, those rappers would have to find different languages to speak. Mm-hmm. But because you still have women that are going to dance, you still have women that are going to go be in the videos, you got women that is going to see them at the club, be all down their shorts, you got women that's going to be in front of the bus, at the hotel, in the stadium, at the club. So they have no incentive to change. Mm-hmm. And that's why women have to change their standards and make those standards of a constant variety. What type of person are you? Are you trying? Because if you're a trying man, then as long as you try, you can hit. Mm-hmm. The only way you can't win is if you don't play. Mm-hmm. So as long as you in the game and you try, hell, you could win one day. We also don't like the notion that winning takes some time for some people. Not everybody wins tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Not everybody gets lucky like that, man. Some people put in years and years and years of work before they ever won anything. So because of that, those people traditionally don't get looked at because nobody wants to wait what can potentially be years and years and years for that win, as much as that person is trying. But they don't understand that maybe with you, that winning comes a little easier.
Yeah.
You bring innovative strategies. You've been here before. You may have known this. When you was young or when you was this age, you got a car repoed. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now that guy who is trying, whatever the case may be, whatever happened to him, he got his car repoed. That mean he ain't worth shit? Nah. Hey, you know what? I remember when it happened to me. Let me tell you what I did. This was what worked.
Yep.
You just helped that man. Now, guess what he gonna do? He gonna go get him another car. Mm-hmm. And when he get that car, you gonna be the one he put in the passenger seat. Mm-hmm. Let me get a couple of comments in there. Selena says that's called being adults and respecting each other's views and opinions, even in a disagreement. Factual. Sasha Short says maybe it's a title of calling it submission that brings a negative connotation to the act. And I completely agree with you because of what submission traditionally is associated with. I think that does bring somewhat of a negative connotation to the idea of just saying, you know what, because you're ready to die for me, I'll let you make that decision. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I often say I don't know what submission is. So Sasha, you right on the money. I definitely agree with you. Words do matter. How we say things do make a difference. So that's definitely factual. Sasha also said people should be educated and make sure the understanding of submission is understood. The disconnect happens on both parties. Yeah, I think you got some. Like I said, you do got ends of the spectrum with that.
But also, what submission meant back then in our grandparents' days is not what it means today.
Perfect.
Back then, they could women. We barely had rights, So we had to submit. We had to bow down. Let me not say bow down, but we had to. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Because we didn't have nothing on our own. But now things are changing. Women, we're bossing up. We're doing our own thing. We're getting our own money. We're doing, different things in life, which changes the definition of submission. At least in my opinion, because Well,
no, and I think that you correct in that Exactly. I didn't want to get past what you were saying to make sure I said that. Like, that is exactly correct. What we're talking about is a word associated with a definition that we knew,
Mm-hmm.
while also knowing that things have to evolve. Things have to change over time because of adaptation. Everything has to be brought to to where we're at.
Yeah.
So whereas submission at that time meant almost like that servitude, that you cook, you clean, you make babies, you take care of them babies. That was submission at that time. And that's why I think that because of what you just said and what submission was, I think that on one side it is being still viewed as that, while on the other side, we understand that that has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I mean, listen, I'm telling people, man, if you think about it, Granddaddy ain't cooked but on one day, and you can't really count Granddaddy cooking on that day because that was the grill. Granddaddy ain't cooked.
Right.
Now my granddaddy cooked, but Granddaddy didn't cook. Great granddaddy didn't cook. When you talk about, I see fathers and more fathers at the Pee Wee games on Saturdays and bringing the kids to practice and active and engaged in practice with their kids. And I see fathers and I hear about fathers because I know teachers. My sister's a teacher. I know a lot of teachers. So I hear about the fathers that's calling and, the fathers that's trying to be active in these kids. These are things that we did not have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So one of us is adjusting to the times. I hear about men cooking now more than I've ever seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking about guys be proud of cooking. You look on Facebook and guys that have cooked a little meal, they chefing the meal, they got the plate and guys are actually proud that they're able to do these things. That did not used to be. You got some men that generally didn't actually learn how to cook at all. They've had a woman cook for them all their life. Kevin Samuel said something that was a very good point. Back in the day, a man at 18 could get married. 18, 19, you get married to start a family. And now it's not like that because times have changed. The level of resources needed to actually sustain a family has changed. But with all those changes have come women's rights, women's ability to earn income, women's ability to move freely about the country, to vote. And whereas you have other situations like, so black women, and I get the premise that black women have it hard because black women have it hard on two folds. But there's one thing that I can say about one fold that is not true for the other. Whereas incrementally, even when laws and legislation is passed, there's still an element of human dependency in those systems. So like with race, whereas we have laws on the books that prevent people from being racist, we have laws on the books that make these things illegal. Those laws did not change the heart of a man.
Mm-hmm.
It just made him hide his heart.
Mm-hmm.
The legislation that affected specifically women, like the ability to vote, have jobs, have bank accounts, things like that, those things happen instantaneously. And as much as a man hates or a man can hate that you have that ability, they cannot stop your ability to do it.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So this is not something that is like how racism is, where it's going to take 100 or so years, 100 or so more years, 200 years for us to get to a place of prominence if we continue about the track, because we had been in that position for 430 some odd years. So this aspect is different. So it should not be difficult to understand these principles that, okay, we have all of this power now. We must also assist with the use of these powers. Mm-hmm. You're not in a position to where you cannot assist. You're not powerless anymore. And you understand that you're not powerless anymore. I understand that you're not powerless anymore. So now you have to wield that power. You don't have to wield it in a demonstrative way. You don't have to wield that power in a disrespectful way. You can wield that power with grace and mercy and empathy. You don't have like the notion that to have is to do what you want with. is nonsensical. Having the power to do something does not mean that using the power is okay. I have the power to beat people up. It's not okay for me to bully people.
Walk around, right?
You see what I'm saying? Like, cool. So use that power with grace and use that power with the understanding that that is what these times call for. Ultimately, we raising our children so that when they get our age, when they get to these times, that it's not like that for them. So we have to sacrifice. If that means that you have to, I don't know, contribute financially to your household and not in a half-assed way. Not I got to give groceries, you know.
So why is that wrong? Like why is it, you said like basically participate or contribute to the family, but why buying groceries is not big enough for me to do, or it's not, I need to do more and more and more?
Well, it's not that you need to do more and more and more. Your contribution goes according to the level, I mean, what your income is. So of course, I can't expect you to pay what you don't have. But at every level, there should be some financial contribution from you. You have to be financially invested in a relationship as well. We see that when people are not financially invested in relationships, and it's on both ends of the spectrum. We've heard about the guy who didn't have a job, ain't had shit, was driving his girl car, dropping her off to work, at the house playing video games. We see that when he found a better option, he scurried on to the next. Why? Because he wasn't financially invested into that relationship. And the same way we've seen that, we've seen countless women who are not financially invested in relationships, and when the next cash cow comes along, they scurry right along. That traditionally happens because you're not financially invested in that relationship. That traditionally happens because you don't have anything to lose in that in that relationship. If your name on a house, which the only way your name gonna hide is when you pay. You know, it don't you don't just materialize your name on no house. You know, it got to be financed. They got to be paid for. You know, so when you do that, then you become this levels out, right? So traditionally, like I said, you hear those attitudes, or you do what I say, and whoop be whoop. You hear those attitudes of submission from men who are here. Well, from men who are here, while that woman is here, economically speaking, right? When you contribute, it levels this out. Now, of course, you shouldn't disrespect anybody. Respect is due to a dog. But the more you get here, financially at least, the less likely someone is to demean or disrespect you, because you guys share a financial stake in life together. And that's not easy to dissolve. That's not easy to break up in half. So you kind of work a little harder at your relationship when you in those situations. Now, of course, you don't accept no ass whippings and don't accept no mental abuse, and of course, you don't do that regardless. But when I talk about the L's of relationships, because we know that relationships all go through something. You know, it ain't called struggle love; it's just called love. There's a struggle in every relationship. There's a point where things get rocky in every relationship. That is the natural course. Really, I think that maybe by design, that happens to test the strength of you and that person, to see whether or not you guys are gonna be strong enough together. You know, and if you dissolve, maybe one is stronger than the other. You know, maybe the love from one person is stronger than the other, or however it may go, or maybe it just may not be meant to be. But every relationship gonna go through something. So
what is it about us women gaining our independence that terrifies or intimidates men? Some men.
Well, I think that I don't think that it generally terrifies or intimidates men, but what I think has happened is that what we have seen in society, and we've seen via social media and entertainment, that a woman in a higher socioeconomic ladder rung she gets, the more she is she has more of a propensity to be disrespectful. You know, it is the notion that, oh, I don't need a man. That notion carries a certain modicum of disrespect to a man. So men traditionally don't go for women that have gained that type of independence, because the overwhelming consensus is that that woman have a tendency to disrespect the man because she does not financially need one. And it's not to say that that's true, but that is akin to all men being dogs after you done had 2 or 3 relationships of being dogged out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure, and I know women that make tons of money and still understand that a man is a man, still understands that that man gonna lay his life on the line for her, and she understands that that comes with a level of respect she needs to have for him.
Mm-hmm.
I know women are like that, but I think that what we see overwhelmingly through social media and entertainment are women that are not. Even when you look at movies, so if let's look at entertainment, how many movies have we seen of women that I give you a prime example, Gabrielle Union. Remember when she was a lawyer? I think she was a lawyer. Matter of fact, it was a Medea movie. She was like a lawyer or something. When Shamar Moore was the moving guy.
Yes. That's the one with the sisters getting married or something like that.
We've seen several movies that depict that type of attitude from a woman of a certain socioeconomic, even if you remove men from it, you see women of power and affluence disrespecting, demean other women.
Mm-hmm.
The women who are at the top usually shit talks the girl who gets coffee for everybody.
Sure.
I don't see why we keep you around. You're useless. That only comes with an attitude of affluence.
Mm-hmm.
So men associate women that have that money, that have that independence with those type of women because that's what we've seen historically via social media and entertainment, and then also real life examples of women being like that. You get what I'm saying? Not every stereotype is rooted in hate. Some stereotypes get rooted in truth and fact. I mean, I hate to be this type of person, but because we all love fried chicken. Even white people love fried chicken. They just like unseasoned fried chicken. But there are certain things that are true of a people.
Mm-hmm.
And because that those certain things are true of a people, those things are associated with those people. So through entertainment, social media, examples in real life, we've seen women, they make them coins, be disrespectful, and a lot of men don't want to deal with the disrespect. And that's what I think it is. Because I myself personally love a woman who got her shit together. Woman got her nice job. She making good, decent money. She ain't hurting, begging, or broke. Oh, that's attractive. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I could forego maybe certain body appendages, for a woman like that, because your body is a variable. Essentially, we could work out together. We could get fit. Shit, it's hard to find somebody that got an education that can have a decent substantive conversation that we can sit here and I can talk about politics. I can talk about the social ills of our world, or whatever. I ain't gonna even make her be a person who likes sports, but if she likes sports, oh man, you really dealing with a trifecta at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, that's attractive to me and a lot of guys that I know, but a lot of guys just don't want to deal with those type of women because they feel like those type of women come with an attitude that inherently breeds disrespect for them. Let me get a couple of more comments in here. Keith says, so what I'm hearing is some may view respect and decency as submission. That's what I was thinking too, Keith. Let's see here. Sasha says the negative connotation of relationships and misunderstandings of a healthy relationship and love stems from cycles, whether it be single parent household, slavery, environment, social media, etc. Correct. I think that we are people that we learn visually, and we also have to remember that we started coming up in that age, and we were victims of that crack era. We were a victim of the mass incarceration era. I know so many people that are my age whose father was in prison when we were in elementary school and in middle school. A lot of kids grew up in front of the TV because mama had to work 2 jobs. A lot of kids were in that type of situation. So I think that if that was our main learning tool, what we call the idiot box now, but if that was our main learning tool, then a lot of these bad notions and things like that, that's where we've learned them from. Let's see here. Oh, my response is about the 3 a.m. commercial. Not being out at 3 a.m. is respecting that because submission is there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that, if I got to protect you, man, don't be out past 3 because I'll be asleep. And if I got to come to your rescue, what happens when you? But one thing about me, anybody can tell you, once I'm asleep, all of that call is my phone. Oh, that shit is OV. You could pack that up. You might well call 911. So I need you to be in by 3 because I be asleep. And if something happened, then what I'm supposed to do? How I'm gonna protect you? Like how I'm gonna do that?
With that being said, so what if you're out with your boys past 3? How is she supposed to handle that? Is it like a different standard, like double standard? I'm not understanding.
Okay, so if your old lady don't want you out past 3 o'clock, respect how your old lady feel about that. Okay, this is the issue. It's not so much that a double standard exists per se. It's that, like I said, I protect you, right? So because I protect you, I need you in by 3 a.m. because I can't protect you past that if I'm asleep.
No,
Whereas you don't protect me. If something happened to me, with the exception of if something real happened, you know what I'm saying? If something real happened, my girl is not even the first person I'm gonna call. And that's factual. That's any man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call my partners. If I'm somewhere and something jump off, is a problem to be had. I'm not calling my girl. I'm gonna call them boy. Cause I know these boy coming. They coming like I'm coming. I'm not calling my girl. But if something happens to my girl, I'm going to be the first person she call. I get a flat tire. I'm not calling my girl. I mean, you know what? If I go to jail, I'm not even calling my girl. I'm calling my partners. Like, hey, bro, I'm locked up. Come get me. Now, if there's a situation where my partner's got to call her, whatever, then cool. She got to know. But she's not even the first person I'm calling for that.
Why?
Because, okay, and this is just me. This is just me specifically. So I'm not saying that all men should act like this, but this is just me specifically. My woman's, that's not my woman's position. You know what I'm saying? If my woman had to come get me from jail, she got to go find somewhere for my baby to be at. If she not bringing my baby, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that's not my girl position. It's not my wife's position. You know what I'm saying? Coming and get me out of jail is something that you would do if it was absolutely positively necessary. But as long as I got the people that I associate myself with, which is not many, you know, one of them, Justin, aka Cat, y'all already know my homie. Puerto Rican E, aka Free E, aka Mistaken Identity. These guys gonna always be with me, and I'm gonna always be with them. So as long as if they can handle it, I'm not gonna stress my girl, worry my girl. I'm not gonna make my girl get up, put on clothes. Damn, I gotta take the baby here, or I gotta take the baby there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got to bring the baby with me. Now my baby, I don't care what age, she sees this. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. We visual learners, especially when we can't talk. We learn from what we see. We can't ask questions, so we assume. Mm. And we see this. I don't want my child seeing that. I don't want you to have to find somewhere to put because guess what? Not somebody else in my damn business. Now they know you had to drop my baby off to them so that you could come get me because I done got in some shit. Nah, I'm just calling my partner. You know what I'm saying? Just call my dogs. And that's so if I'm out past 3, there's nothing that's going to happen per se that you would get a call about. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't, like I said, it's nothing to do with disrespect or anything like that. It's just that's not my girl position. That's not what my girl is supposed to be doing. I wouldn't have my girl doing that off the behest of me. That's like if I go to prison and I got my girl putting drugs up her butt. Hell no. Why would I put my girl in that situation? No, we finna figure this out a different way. We finna put one of these COs at risk because now y'all in love in here. So we finna do that. I'm not finna put my girl in that position. That's crazy. Like, no. Mm-mm. So, and then plus, look how late it is. Now I'm calling my girl at 3 a.m. She got to get up out of her bed. Like, my girl's in there asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm calling my partners. They was probably with me. or they somewhere near. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I think that's a little different. It's just the level of protection and who is actually providing the protection.
But you're talking about protection like physical.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, I could protect you in a different way. I could be the voice. You could send me, like, a lot of times, some men will send customer service, like, hey, I'm your chick. If you want to get your money back, hit me up. I won't send my man to go fight at Walmart. I'll do that. So I think the protection.
Well, that's what. So, and that's what I mean. This is specific to the level of protection that would allow for a life to be at risk. I'm not, because your girl gonna be perfect in some of these issues. Your girl gonna be the one who gonna sit there and chatty patty with the customer service lady and keep going back and forth. I've been a fuck around to call you out your name and hung up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, but when we talk about physical protection, we're talking about you laying your life on the line. If you call your guy, you call your man, bang, I'm at this and that, the third. This guy just put his hands on me. Woo, 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 woo. Your man is going to be laying his life on the line to come up there to see what's going on. Because he don't know what can happen.
Right.
And fuck around, he meets somebody who really, ready. You know what I'm saying? I listened to this story this guy told, and he says he was with his girl and they were at like a little fish and chip spot. So he say a black Audi pulled up, 3 big black dudes got out the car. They walked right to the front of the line. Now he's a line out there. They walked right to the front of the line. So he said his girl got ready to say something, and he was like, man, nah. And she steady got ready to say something. He was like, hey man, shut the fuck up. And while he is going through this with her at the same time and closer to people that was actually in front of him, his girl was just shooting off at the mouth. Oh no, oh, woo, 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 no, whatever. And he say he looked up and that dude knocked that lady out. And before the guy could look up after he's looking down at his girl on the ground, they knocked him out.
Oh wow.
Didn't even get their food. They just walked off laughing. And he said here the moral of that story is some people wake up ready to fuck you up. So if something happened and you had to call your man, you could rest assured his life is on the line when he comes to correct that issue. Whereas there's never a situation that I will be calling you my girl about where you would actually be coming to put your life on the line. So the protection is purely physical. It's not, the mental protection. It's not, the grandiose ideologies about, it's just physical protection. You look to your man to physically be able to protect you. Should something happen, it's not to say that you want your man out in the streets throwing hands and shit like that. But if something was to happen, you expect for your man to step up and step down and hopefully, live.
Right.
So it's the physical protection that allows the ability for maybe me to be out a little past 3 and for you to be in by 3.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Now let's talk about the movie going Tyler Perry. So a Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the scene where the story, I don't know if you guys seen it, but he was a lawyer. She was basically a waitress, nothing major. And he started treating her like crap. He got another girl, blah, 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 blah. And then he basically got shot, so on and so forth. The girl left them. Now who's coming to save you or to help you out is the chick that you dogged out.
Right.
In that scenario, like, what's your thoughts on that?
He's an asshole, and he's very lucky that she actually stuck by him. Because if it was me, I would have called the people and used his insurance to get him 24-hour help, and I would have been done with that shit. Now I would have did you that favor because we was married or whatever. But me washing your ass and helping you and nursing you, no, your ass finna go in the convalescent home until you get better. You finna go in a rehab home. Because you know why? The mark of a man is not how he treat people when he's down, because you ain't got shit to say to nobody when you ain't got shit. The mark of a man is how you treat people when you don't owe nobody nothing. The mark of a man is how you treat people when you don't need them. And when he didn't need her, we saw exactly what he thought about her.
Yeah.
And because that's the way you thought about me, cool. We was married. because we were still married on paper, whatever the case may be. There's certain responsibilities that I have because of that. And I don't want to see you die or nothing like that because I'm not that type of vindictive person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to call the nearest convalescent home, the nearest rehab home, the nearest long-term disability facility, and you're going to eat them stinking ass broccolis and steamed carrots and shit for dinner every night until you get better. And some people gonna come in there and they gonna be the one wipe your ass and everything like that. I won't be doing any of it. I will, however, move back into my house. That's what I will do.
Why?
But outside of that, nah, none of that, because you know how you treat people is how you deserve to ultimately be treated.
Absolutely.
And you know, one thing about it, my problem with him and my problem with how the game is going nowadays is that people fuck it up for everybody. You know, when you playing the game, you don't disrespect people in the game.
Mm.
You know, him having another woman, a side woman or whatever, we could argue, you know, we could argue about whether or not that's okay or that's kosher. We could argue about that. But to me, it's not a big deal until you allow it to be a big deal. So now when you showing off this woman, when you know you got a whole wife, bro, you being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
That woman's supposed to know that your wife is your wife and that shit ain't going nowhere. Hey, bro, hey, baby girl, let me tell you something. I love my wife. I like to play in the mud a little bit. That's it. You know, I like to get my little feet wet a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You want to kick it with me? I got a couple of dollars so I could, you know, do one or two things for you, whatever the case may be, enhance your little life. But at the end of the day, my old lady, she ain't going nowhere. That's mine. That's it. That's how he's supposed to play the game. That's how the game's supposed to be played. But what he did was he became incredibly disrespectful because he didn't need her.
Mm-hmm.
So because he didn't need her, he felt the need to disrespect her. And that's not how the game is played. He got everything that was coming to his dumb ass. You know, in my opinion, he got everything that was coming to him, because that's not how you do people, bro. You ain't had to do your old lady like that.
Right.
First of all, you ain't supposed to be falling in love with no side shit, no way. Especially because you already peeped the vibes. You
Right.
already know she was about the dollar. You knew that when you met her. You had the dollar to give her, so you didn't care. But
Mm-hmm.
you knew she was about the dollar. You ain't supposed to fall in love with nothing like that. Ain't nothing like that supposed to be paraded around. You supposed to see that shit after 12 o'clock every other.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't even supposed to hit no shit like that on the weekends. You ain't supposed to get her no weekend love. She's supposed to get some Tuesday through Thursday vibes. She can't even get no Monday night because you eating leftovers from Sunday. I remember my lady once, because she cooked Sunday. So I'm eating leftover Mondays. I ain't fucking with you on Monday. You get a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday slot, never on the weekend. That's how he's supposed to play that. And he would have kept her ass in check that way.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to spending all type of money and taking bitches to shopping and all that, you giving them this false sense of security. Because they saying, look how brazen you is, and they know you got a girl now. That woman know you got a girl. And she's saying, well, damn, look how disrespectful he is. They give me the license to be disrespectful. Hell no. If you can't Uber Eats, you can't eat. If you don't know DoorDash, then that's it for that. You know Cash Out. I seen you a couple of dollars to go get something to eat. I ain't taking you out to J. Alexander. I got a whole wife. What are you talking about? I ain't taking you out to no damn. No, we ain't doing none of that. That's how he's supposed to operate it in the game. And he didn't. And that's how, when he got his ass shot, he needed her, and she could have been a very human about it, and she was extraordinary. Me, I'm human as hell.
I mean,
people. So yeah.
You probably got comfortable. I feel like a lot of situations like that, we get comfortable with the other person, or the person just swing us in, make us feel so good that we forget what we have at home or what we have waiting for us. I think that's
no. Hey, listen, one thing about it, if I put a ring on your finger, and maybe it's me, maybe it's because of how I view marriage and look at shit. I'm not even all keen up to get married. That's not even no big whoop for me. You know, any woman that I'm with, if I'm with you seriously, if we're in a serious relationship, you got a life insurance policy you got a life insurance policy, so that if I die during the course of our relationship, you get some type of financial remediation. You already ain't had to pay for my funeral because I got life insurance in my mama's name so that she can pay for my funeral. So you're not paying for that. You know, you got your own life insurance policy. If we had something together, you know, your name on it because you helped build it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I should perish, that's yours. This is not the situation where I die and, I leave you high and dry and, up shit's creek. This is being a responsible adult. So marriage for me is not an incredible necessity because I make those marriage moves. I've been on that. I've been moving in and, what I'm saying, giving you cards to my account so that when you need something, you can go get it. I've been that. So didn't need to be married to do that. So I'm not all whole humming marriage. So for me, it's like, that ain't my arena. That ain't my arena.
Okay. I mean, like, I feel like we take marriage as a religion, and it's not meaning, like, I believe in marriage. There's no such thing as I believe in marriage. It's not a belief. It's a thing. It's something that it should happen naturally. Like, if you work towards it, it's not, oh, I believe in marriage and, oh, you don't, okay, next kind of thing. I mean, sometimes like you're saying right now, you're saying that's not, you don't think it's a whatever, but you never know. Like, it could lead into that.
Right. Oh, you could. Hey, I've been surprised before, but it's not. That is like I say, like, and just like you said, marriage ain't nothing but a legal document. If you're talking about being married naturally, it's very possible. It's called common law marriage, and it was very big back when people weren't getting married.
To this day,
you know what I'm saying? It's common law marriage still exists to this day. After you with somebody for a certain amount of time, y'all married. You ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I say, man, it's a lot of things, and financially sometimes it don't make sense. Financially sometimes, man, you do it to protect yourself and your mate. We acquire all these things, but let's say if we're acquiring all these things in my name. When I die, I want that debt to die with me. If we don't acquire a house and a car and a house and a car in my name, then when I die, whereas you may have to leave, you won't leave financially fucked up because of that house. You won't be able to not afford it without me, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I do and everything that I do for us in my name, because we're not married, when I leave, all of those things, all of that debt, all of that stuff leaves with me. So, you know what I'm saying? The life insurance is in your name. You ain't going to probate court for it. You ain't got to go. You got to go to probate. So Florida is an automatic probate state. But I got a will and a testament. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to worry about. This is called being a responsible adult when you talking about being with somebody long term. When you have kids. This is,
it's what we do.
See, yeah, look, but look though, Sasha. I don't know if you can see the comments on your end, but Sasha says, "Well, Stevie from Love and Hip Hop messed that up when he allowed Jocelyn to disrespect Mimi." And see, but look at who you talking about though, Stevie J, character.
Stevie J.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a character. I watch. You know what? I ain't gonna even say the video I watched. I'm gonna just keep it. I ain't gonna even say it. Suffice to say, he's most definitely a character, not nobody to actually like. You know what I'm saying? So, what he do know? I mean, and this is real life the game. I done played the game. Whatever the case may be, and I could assure you, I tell you right off the bat, man, my girl, man, I couldn't ask for a better one. I couldn't ask for a better one, but that's why I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. I'm like a cool breeze in the wind. I'm gonna make you feel good, and then I'm gone. That's it, and that's just how the game goes. That's how the game is supposed to go, at least. Not if these new characters decide to do other than that, then hey, they tripping. But that's how the game is supposed to go, man. When you got your old lady, you love your old lady. Your old lady ain't got no problem with my old lady. At the end of the day. And then not only that, but it's not even enough of men that's like how I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? A good 30% of men a good 30% of men is 30 and are still a virgin. And this is 30% of men. And then another 30% don't have choice in sexual partner. Another 30% of men get what come their way. They ain't going to get nothing. So there's only a very select few men that are desirable across the spectrum where they have multiple women. But even then, like I say, man, you got you a good one. You ain't leaving the good one. See, that's the thing. That's why cheating is so. That's why we have such a miscommunication with cheating. It's because women view cheating from how they cheat. Traditionally, when a woman cheats, she's cheating to replace. She's cheating because she no longer loves you and loves that man. Because most women of reputable moral standards and character does not just be laying down with no other man. For her to lay down with you, you got to provoke some type of feeling. She got to feel something in her spirit about you. So if a man made your woman feel that way, then you lost that feeling for that man. So when you cheat, you effectively end a relationship. Whereas when a man go out there and he do his little 1-2s, get his little feet wet, it ain't for him to leave your relationship. He may go get his little feet wet and come back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? And that's how men are, because sex for a man is not men are not emotionally invested in sex. Women are. So when you are emotionally invested in sex, there has to be some type of emotion for you to have it, which means that if you have that emotion for him, you can't have that emotion for him while simultaneously have that emotion for me. Why? Because women of reputable moral standards and character don't do that. That's not of their nature. They don't see this loving two men simultaneously to have sex with them. They love this man. You can lose that love and she can love another man. But it's no, I love both of y'all. That's not a man. I mean, that's not a woman. A man possibly could do some stupid shit like that, but that means that he done fell victim to his own game, because you ain't supposed to have no love in that. Ain't supposed to be no emotion involved in that. She could be a cool little vibe or whatever. She could be a decent little female, however it may go. You enjoy talking to her because she cool people, but you ain't supposed to have no emotions invested in that sexual tryst. So you ain't supposed to fall in love with that. But women fall in love to have sex. So when a woman has sex on you, she fell in love with somebody else to do it. And that's why men hurt so much when a woman cheat on them versus the expectation or what some men expect from women when we cheat. It's like, listen, I ain't cheat because I don't love you. I ain't cheat because you did nothing wrong. I ain't cheat because I'm trying to leave you. An opportunity just fell in my lap. Let me see Sasha. Sasha say, hold on. Sasha say, whoa. Now see how you're coming, sir. OG, that's what you are, huh? Anyway, fellas, have enough emotions to wrap it up at least. Factual. You ain't never supposed to be dangerous. That's another thing about it. All that bringing home side babies and all that other crazy shit. That's you play like you play. You ain't supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Now, okay, plus minus. Because there's always a plus minus in life. Okay, if you got to a side and you that side main, then you want your main in that side. You know what I'm saying? It's not as dicey because you're the only person she's having sex with. That because in her mind, you her main, you her guy. She don't want nothing else. There are women who are very comfortable with just being the side chick and not dealing with no other guy. Because she get everything she needs from that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done seen where you can't discern that you are not in a relationship with him. You can't, it feel like it. Anytime you call, he answer. When you want to talk, he talk to you. It feel like he your man, even though he may not be your man. So a lot of women are comfortable and okay with that. So in that situation, you may be, Woody wooing her too, but that's a lot less dicey. If you just out here getting side piece action, you got to wrap that up, my boy. That's just health. You know what I'm saying? That's just health. If a chick, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't the only dude this chick smashing with, then boy, how could you not wrap that up? Like, you could bring home something to your wife, or you could bring home a chick, and that's the worst. Boy, that's like, it's like AIDS in a shorty. Like, that's 1 and 2. Because AIDS you can't get rid of, even though I do see that they're starting clinical trials for an AIDS vaccine. But that child, boy, them two no-nos. That's not a part of the game. That's not a part of the game. And when you do that, you mess up. You fucked up. That's all. Sasha said, mes amis. Oh, man. Mimi Fantastic Life says emotions. Anybody, man, Sasha, Short, Mimi, Selena, you want to jump on the live? I'll drop the link for y'all. Let me drop the link so you can jump in. You can talk to me and TB. Let me drop that link for y'all. Out of respect, let your partner know when you're burning, itching, or oozing. How you could not let, I don't see how your partner can't find that out, because one thing about it,
Right.
you got to be, you can't be playing this game and shortchanging nobody now. See, all of this is a part of the game that niggas got to realize. A lot of you guys don't realize this. You shortchanging your woman is not part of the game. How you anxious for other ass and you ain't even wrapping up the ass you got? You supposed to be able to wrap this ass up and go get some more. Now, if you can't hang with your old lady and a side piece, then you got to leave the side piece alone, because your old lady got to be satisfied. That's a part of the game. You got to have that sexual appetite to be able to go over here and put in rounds and then go finish off over there. If you don't have that type of sexual appetite, then you can't play the game.
Yeah.
All of these things is a part of the game, fellas. If you're going to play the game, then you got to play it correctly. You got to play it righteously. Because the problem ain't that you got a little side woman. The problem is that your woman see that you got another side. You got a little side woman.
The problem is he's stupid. Excuse me.
Man, Selena, if you want to click that link, friend. Get on in there. Yeah, that's how listen, man, that's how I play the game. You play the game righteously. You get what I'm saying? And if you play the game the way I'm prescribing the game to be played, then yes, she's still gonna go crazy, primarily because she got emotions. And you tap them emotions when you go balls deep. But you lessen the brunt of that situation when you play it this way. Because at the very least, she could say, or she has to come back in her mind to, he told me it was nothing serious. He told me it was nothing serious. He told me it was nothing serious. And they can come back to that. And another part about it is the type of women that you deal with. If you deal with women that ain't got shit to lose, then be ready to lose a lot of your shit. You see what I'm saying? You got to deal with quality people to get quality results.
Hello.
The reason why I don't eat McDonald's beef. If you want to go out here eating quarter pounders and shit, cool. You're going to get quarter pounder results. When you deal with character, when you deal with quality people, you get quality results. So even that woman that done lost it a little bit because she not infatuated in love with you or whatever the case may be, that woman still got a whole fucking job. She got a whole household. She got kids and all. She got shit to lose. She ain't got time to play games with you. She gonna forget about it. And she may be hurt. That may have her ass at the crib drinking wine all night. But at the end of the day, she have responsibilities. She got shit to lose. She ain't gonna lose her shit for you. She's gonna bring herself to, you know what? He told me. I ain't listen. That's my bad. I know what to do. And she's gonna snap out of that. You deal with a motherfucker who ain't got to clock in to work. And guess what's gonna happen? She got time to clock in to fuck you up. She got time to be calling your old lady. She got time to be on Facebook. She got time to fuck your car up. She got time to fuck your old lady car up. She got time to call your old lady, because you don't even know how she got your old lady number. But she got time to call your old lady and tell your old lady what she wearing. Yeah, bitch, I see you. You think you cute in that little sundress. You got your old lady like this here.
Right.
Bitch looking what? Hold on now. No, you got to deal with some quality folk, get some quality results. We're going to have Sandy. I ain't going to say her last name because I feel like it's December. But I feel like that's wrong. So we finna go with, that's wrong. Okay, we finna go with Sandy from Bikini Bottom. Shout out to Sandy. But Sandy, what you got to tell us?
Hi guys. I was trying to change my name to Sasa Short, but YouTube suspect. They too federal for me.
Well, this StreamYard, so only StreamYard gonna know.
You said what?
I say what you want right now is StreamYard, so
YouTube
ain't gonna see this. It's YouTube ain't got
Okay, what's StreamYard's federal? They too FBI. It's FBI.
I feel you. What's going on? What you want to tell us?
Where do you want me to start, sir?
Well, I mean, I tell you what, be prepared, because whatever I said, I'm back up. Go ahead. You start where you want, but whatever you say, I'm gonna prepare myself.
I was with you in the beginning with the submission talk. I was with you. I was like, yeah, he's saying some stuff, because I feel like these conversations needs to be had, you know. And I feel like the frustration comes from, it's out of 1,000 people, it's 10 people that's having those conversations that are needed. And then I feel like you guys, it's not like you personally, the people that's having those assertive conversations, the ones that are truthful, the ones that people need to have, I feel like you guys think that it's gonna happen overnight, that people, just because you're right, people is automatically going to like draw close to it and be like, okay, you're right, so I'm gonna do it. No, it's a lifetime change. Even a habit don't happen over a day or a week. It takes at least 30 days for a habit to form. So you telling somebody the truth one time or two times is not gonna make them change. It's not going to like dilute. It's not going to be received from a person for them to have a change in their life. So the thing you were saying about love, grace, and mercy, yes, that has to be also implemented, as well as patience. Because like I said, a habit doesn't happen in 7 days. It takes at least 30 days for a habit to at least sit down with and resonate with somebody. You know?
Okay. And I don't disagree with that. And I would say this, my pushback on that is, while I understand that habits don't change overnight, I also understand that we have to at least start showing effort that we trying to change. If we're not at least making active moves to try to change, then I think that that's when people get frustrated, and that's what patience wear thin. So if you're telling me that, hey, I'm used to this and that and the third, it's going to take me a minute to get this down, cool. I should at least be seeing that you are actively trying to get it down.
Right.
If you are not actively trying to get it down, whether or not you falter or fall, because that does happen, we know that we are not all perfect beings. So even, everybody's entitled to the slip up. Even when you slip up, I can at least say, you know what, she slipped up, but she trying.
But that's when reiteration comes to play with that, and that's when your purpose also comes to play. Are you on this mission to do that, to grab the attention on that specific person? Because it's not up to you to determine if the person is going to gravitate to the truth that you're saying, to the purpose, to the story that you're giving out. You keep reiterating it. You leave it's like teaching a person how to fish and not giving them the fish. You leave them the instruction on how to do it. Then you come back and check in on them. You allow that patience, that grace, that mercy, and that love, and then you continue to go and grab more souls, grab more people. Because if you're going to sit there and think about if that one person is understanding, or if they're falling or whatnot, I think that's where people lose track and focus, because we're trying to control things that we can't control. Because even though we're given the truth about something, people still have lives that they have to go through. They still have to go to grasp the truth that you're telling them, while changing the life that they're used to. Because what you're telling them is something new, and
Right.
new is not comfortable.
This is very true. So, and I agree with you. I think that there does need to be patience in regards to the situation. I just think that a lot of what we see, I think that what we have in our mind as it pertains to these ideals, right? We all could agree. It's just like, I see how you say, okay, Bomb, I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. If you agreeing with everything that I'm saying, and we all agree with these general principles, then I would think that it would be easier to change a behavior if we all agree that the behavior is detrimental. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we're all agreeing here. Or to give you a better example, and this is what I see on social media, and this is the issue that I traditionally have, right? So just like you're here, right? And just like TB, she here. Now, me and you, we could talk and we could agree on a certain guideline. We could agree on a certain set of principles. But after we agree on those certain set of principles, if you get on Facebook or social media and you don't actively speak out against what we agree to be detrimental, then did you agree? You see what I'm saying? It's tantamount to the racist, right? So you could be a white person and you can be like, oh, I love black people. I have black friends. I love everything about the black people. But if you are not actively speaking out against your friends who have disparaging remarks about black people, if you are not actively speaking out at your workplace where there are disparaging remarks made about black people, you are not on the team.
Yeah.
It's easy to say that you, yeah. It's easy to do that.
Mhm.
It ain't as easy when you actually have to put in the work. So
Mhm.
what we also see is women agree with what we're saying, but not actively putting in the work to change the narrative.
Mhm.
So when you see a woman and she's expounding upon an ideology that is detrimental to our community, and we all agree to that, then when you see her, you have to correct her.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not correcting her, then you're not pushing. We're not moving forward. We're not pushing the needle forward. We
Mhm.
standing in place, and you marching in place when you say, "I agree with you. You right.
Mhm.
I'm just not gonna do nothing about people who are wrong."
Okay. Me, the more that I go through life, I've come to understand there's many ways to get the truth across. And people have lives that they're dealing with and going through. For example, my example with COVID-19, right? People had no choice. Yes, they had COVID, but they had no choice but to go to work despite that they had COVID. Because how are they going to pay their bills? Before the rent laws came into, before they was paying people's time off, even when it was paying people time off, it was not going to amount to the bills and them caring for their families. Me as a nurse, you know how many patients I've had, like it was like you have to stay 6 feet away. People are living in cubicles for homes, for apartments. How are you going to tell them to stay 6 feet away? Their situation doesn't fit the standard of what's good for them. They're really making a way for what they can, how they're living for their life at that moment. So they could only take what you're telling them and try to fit it into their life right then and right now. So there's many ways to get the truth to somebody, for them to implement it. Everything you're saying is true, is correct, but I want the like other people to adhere and remember that not everyone's life is perfect. You can't give somebody a perfect you can't give somebody information or help thinking that they have the perfect life to change it. Just like in medical school, they don't give you the perfect situation for a patient. They give you the scenarios on the very sick patient, so the worst case of the scenario. So when you get to the patient in real life, you'll be like, okay, what I've learned in school was the worst case scenario. You're not that bad as well. So we
Right.
have to remember that it's not the perfect case scenario. Like, we have to be creative on how we're reaching people, how we're telling them these hard truths, how we're being assertive with them, because it's not the perfect picture that they can implement what you're telling them into their lives. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Well, no, I completely agree with you, and I think that and just to recap what you're saying, it seems as if you're saying, whereas yes, the information is correct. Yes, um, I yes, the guys who speak the way that I'm speaking is not speaking wrongly.
When it
But
comes to submission, the other things not.
Is he frozen?
Did you freeze? Hello.
What other things were you talking about that you didn't agree with?
The side chick.
What about the site? Let me hear you.
I feel like that's something that I see that's like a one of those things that that's happening but you don't talk about. Like, it's almost like a culture thing,
Mm-hmm.
that because you're so used to it, it's okay, and it's not okay. He
Okay.
left us. We're in the back. Oh, everyone can hear and see you. Let's shut.
Oh, you said,
How the host leaves and we're here.
let's go, let's go.
But yeah, I feel like it's a culture thing. There's just because it's tradition or it's culture doesn't make it right.
Okay.
And like he was speaking from, like this from the side. If you have a side piece and you have your wife, the side piece is supposed to respect your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it sounds all good and dandy, but like, no, you're supposed to be faithful to your one partner. But because of tradition, because of culture, they make it okay, but try to keep it on the hush hush, low low, and then it's like, okay, everyone has that. Oh, it's nothing, girl. Like, everybody has that. Oh yeah, my dad, we don't get divorced. My mom, our parents back then, they didn't get divorced because they knew that's not okay. That's not love. Just because you're used to it and you grew up with that It's tradition, it's culture. Doesn't make it good, doesn't make it right.
But I agree with you. I mean, it's for me, it's more so why do you need the side piece? Am I not enough for you? Like, what is that I'm lacking that you need that you have to go get from somebody else? Like, if I'm lacking something, let me know. I'll wear a wig. I'm bald. I'm gonna wear a wig. You want different look? I'll wear different lipstick. Remove my glasses.
You want it to the front? You want it to the back?
I'll do it. So why, if I'm giving you as a woman or your girl or your main, I'm giving you everything that you want or need. Why is it that you still feel the need to go somewhere else and get your feet wet, like he was saying, or as he would say, or test the waters? But a lot of times it's our experiences too. And I play back where you're from, like not where you're from, but like growing up, like what it was like. If you're because I had saw a segment that he had saying we were like a lot of things aren't taught. Like if I grew up seeing my mom bring 1,000 men in the house, by the time I get 18, whatever, that's what I'm gonna want. I'm gonna want to live because that's all I know.
That's true. That's true. That's true. And I also feel that people have an image of relationship that is just going to be all good and dandy. That's just going to be perfect throughout. That's why sometimes when the older generation says we don't have any, like we really don't, what's that word? Like we can't really, like we can't keep hold of anything. Like we're like a give up generation. We don't know how to take anything in. We don't know how to keep on. And that's with relationships. It's like once something goes bad, you had an argument about the milk. Oh my gosh, you hate me.
Yep.
You had an argument about like one bill. Oh my gosh, you hate me. Like we have no standstill. Like we can't persevere. Like we can't stick through anything. And it's true. Like relationships are not like a cakewalk, all dandy, grandy dandy.
I'm so sorry, guys.
How you leave us? It's okay. We kept the show moving. How you like the independent woman now?
No, I lost internet connection. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So, but yeah. So, yep. God, that was odd. What was y'all talking about? What was y'all saying?
Go ahead, TD.
Huh? Oh, we're talking about peace, and we're talking about how we don't agree with it, blah blah blah.
You remember how Prince?
He also said
my own version.
This generation, we don't.
It'd be a little more pathetic.
We're ready to give up.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's see here. Give me one moment. Y'all hear everybody in the background? That's the lovely owner of. That's the boss right there. Y'all can't see her. Yeah, y'all can't see her. That's the boss saying. We got all type of people in here today. We right here.
Hi.
We got this young lady in the studio right now. Album out. What's your name, love? Miriam got an album out right now. Come on, Miriam, get in this camera real quick. Let the people see you.
Let the people see you.
It's freezing in here.
Y'all make sure the camera right there. Look down, right down in it. We got Magic Extraordinaire. We got artists. Miriam got an album out now. Miriam, what's the album's name?
Talent in the building. New
Feathers. Album out right now called New Feathers. Y'all make sure y'all go stream it. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out.
Talent.
We got talent.
Our publicist.
We got the publicist right here. Man, listen. Y'all see what we do in the studio.
We see what's going on. We see the lives.
That's why
we never sleep.
Right. That's why my internet went out. They so lit. You know.
We like the best with Codey. We like the best with our Codey.
Y'all already know. My internet done went out. You know, they so lit in here. But yeah, so yeah, you know,
our generation.
Fantastic Life. I had some background noise. Selena says, Codey, all of us women disagree with you in cheating. Of course, y'all disagree with me in cheating. And that's to be expected. And I get why, because it's not advantageous for y'all to agree with me. So I understand that. it's not a problem. But as much as you disagree with the notion of cheating, you cannot disagree that what I said was factual. Can we at least agree on that?
Which was what?
I mean, my whole spiel in regards to it.
Oh, factual as in like what me and TB was talking about, as it being traditional and cultural. Just because you're used to it doesn't make it right. It's a cultural and traditional thing, but it does not make it like an appropriate thing. It doesn't make it right.
Okay, and I listen. I definitely understand what you're saying. I don't think that it's cultural. I think that you would have to go down a little deeper, and that's deep on the evolutionary table. I don't think that something is cultural. Is that the notion of a man having more than one woman is not cultural. The notion of a man having more than one woman is primal. It is essentially something since the beginning of time.
Yes, biblical times, but it wasn't done in secrecy or behind the other partner's back. Everyone was aware and it was known, it was brought to the table. Everyone had an understanding. That's why I say either cultural or traditional. It doesn't make it right. If you're doing it, doesn't make it right in the sense that or your granddaddy or your dad or what you know had like many women that didn't know about each other, then at the funeral, then boom, then you're related to cousin Kiki down the street. Then you're related to this one, to Jack. No, in biblical days, in some tradition and culture, yes, many men have many women, but everyone is aware. Not just aware, then okay, that's on you. I respect it. That's your culture. But to do it in secrecy and to be calling it cheating and having a side woman, that's a no-no. And if it's not, that's not something we're used to, right? That's the part where we're coming from.
Okay, so first of all, Sasha, I appreciate you jumping on, providing us all your comments and everything like that. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. This is Man Talk Monday. I will respond to what you just said. I'm gonna let one or two other people get in here before we get up out of here tonight because we end the show at 10. So I'm post the link. Anybody, you want to jump on? Click that
link. Bye, TV. Bye.
All right, TB. So you heard what she said, right? She said back in the day, it was something that was widely known. Everybody knew about it. Whereas today, it ain't like that, right? And it brings me to something that you said earlier in conversation, which was things do change over time. So now, if things do change over time, then the fact that it is done more so in secrecy now than it used to be, it would just be a change of time. Not only that, but let's see who propagates the need for secrecy. If you see how many people are adverse to
as you do that, you get over that.
Like if you see how many women are adverse to the situation, could we agree that them being adversarial towards the situation is what leads to it being done in a shroud of secrecy? If we all accepted these things to be factual, then we wouldn't have to really be secretive about it. But I think that the problem is that because you can't admit it without also admitting that it still does not give a woman the license to gallivant as it pertains with having numerous sex partners. You kind of be like excusing it or saying it's okay for one, while also understanding that it still wouldn't be okay for the other. And because that's not advantageous to the position, women are completely against it. If it was not such a social stigma surrounded by women doing it, we may very well not see many women oppose it so hard the way they do.
I mean, also, I was talking to Sasha. I was just like, hey, if I'm your main and I can do everything or give you everything that you want or need, why is it that you still have to go find a side piece? Like, what is it that I'm lacking that you're not willing to teach me?
That's the thing. You're not lacking anything. It's not. So the thing is that in its truest form, the game in its truest form is not about your partner. You don't have to be unsatisfied with your partner to step out in the streets. There's not anything that you're doing wrong. You very well can be a great woman. You cook, you clean, you're a freak, whatever the case may be. And all that's well and good. That does not stop the insatiable appetite that some men have to periodically have sex with different women. Now, again, there is spectrums. So we're not talking about million. We're talking about one or two. Yo, man, let's do this here. Let's say every 6 months or so, your man just had the inclination to go out there and get a piece. Every 6 months or so, you know, he ain't doing 30 other women. He's doing 1 or 2 additional women a year. If those 1 or 2 women don't even change. Because if maybe he got one woman that he may just like dealing with every now and again. You see what I'm saying? But I think that another part about the conversation is we look at it like just a continuous gallivanting of woman after woman after woman. That's not technically how it goes. But I do understand the sentiment because traditionally we always lean to the end of the spectrum that proves our point the most. And that's what a lot of women reach to. They reach to that and they reach to this disease thing. When most women, diseases. Well, I mean, truth be told, a lot of men wear condoms. So, you know, I know the condoms don't 100% prevent disease. I get all of that good stuff. But, I mean, I don't know a lot of guys that's just raw and randoms. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
is it if you have a pull this every day.
Next morning.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry because you was breaking up a little bit. Could you say that one more time?
I was saying, is it like an ego thing that causes you guys to step out just to see, like, hey, if I still got it, if I'm still good at the game or whatever? Like, what is it that causes a man to go test the waters every 6 months?
Okay, you know how? Let me give you a parallel to it. You know how when you wake up in the morning and you put pants on one leg at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's other ways to put pants on. You can jump in pants. You can put both feet in the pants and then pull the pants up. But what everybody does is one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You have an inclination to do, or you have an inclination to put your pants on one leg at a time. You don't know why. It's what you do.
So you're saying that men don't know why they step out?
It's not that they don't know why they step out. There's no why to stepping out. If you have the ability, if you have the opportunity, if you're the type of guy that gets that type of attention and you choose to exercise the privilege that comes with the attention, you do it. But it's not like you're doing it for a specific reason. See, and that's what I'm saying. Women have a reason why they step out. Women have a reason why they cheat. A man don't need no reason to go get no ass. It's available. Because it's available, it's just like if I'm driving and I see some shit on the side of the road. Damn, that's a nice toolbox on the side of the road.
But it's not
do I need another toolbox? Probably not.
Don't.
But that's a nice toolbox. I'm gonna grab the toolbox. It's a nice one. It's not that I need one. It's just inherent. It is a part of some men's nature. Let me get my man in here. Y'all already know, live from the road. Y'all make sure y'all holler at the boy. He come. Hey, don't be coming on here all, you feel me, being all embarrassing and everything and making me look bad because I'm a fat guy. But we got the homie Duke in the building. What's good, my boy?
Man, what's happening with you? How you doing, TB?
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. Man, Codey, man, what you got going on, man? Why you
I put it in the group, bro. I ain't sent it to our message group, but I did post it on the page, though.
Come on,
the niece is
bro.
supposed to send that out.
You know you my boy, you my brother. But
hey,
you know why you know it's a reason why we do what we do. I mean, I had to grow up, but come on now, tell TV the truth now.
Hey, bro, honestly, and this is not, again, the thing is that there's not one size fits all to the answer. because for each individual, we all have individual choices that we make and things like that. So, of course, what I'm saying is not as to say that this is a blanket statement, but I know for me, whenever if I ever did cheat, I didn't have no real reason to do it. It was just available. Like if it's just like, okay, boom. If I'm at the job, right, little baddie at the job, she vibing. She see, Duke said he ain't had it. Duke said he ain't get it, Denise. But yeah, if a little baddie at the job and she feeling me, I ain't really got no reason to do nothing with her besides the fact that she says she feeling me or whatever. She want to rock. She want to see what time it is. So I may, you feel me? I may partake in that. I don't have a specific reason to do it. It was available to me. I guess that's the reason it was available.
So are you telling this little baddie that you have somebody at home, blah, 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 blah? Like, are you laying all this out on the table? And you're saying the little baddie is still agreeing and wanting to pursue?
Facts.
So I'm guessing women, we got to do better. I feel like
because remember, a part of the game is that woman who you deal with outside of your woman know you got a woman. A part of the game is letting her know and reinforcing to her, hey, listen, I love my old lady. My old lady to me is the best. Perfect. She do everything I ask. I ain't got no problems with her. Me dealing with you in no way is any indication that something is wrong with her. Don't think that because I deal with you that somehow equates to her being less than you. Nah, my old lady will wipe the floor with your ass. And if you try to get feisty in public, I'm gonna act like I don't know you and we'll jump on you. But that's how I am. But my old lady,
no. A lot of times it be ain't listen. I mean, if we're gonna be real about it, ain't no real woman gonna really do that though. Like he said, a little baddie. A lot of times a baddie is a thought. It's a thought. She ain't really got too many morals, no none of that. She ain't really got none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with him with that. A lot of times you tell these women now, y'all got somebody. You know what I'm saying? They gon' like, all right, whatever. I just want the same thing you want. But as far as reasons why, like, if you got a valuable woman at home, she doing everything in the book. I mean, we grown. Y'all know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
There's no reason. It's no reason to cheat. If I see something at the club, a chick might do a certain dance, it's easy for me to say, hey, babe, man, look, I seen this girl do this. Woo, look, babe, you could try this. There's no reason for a man to cheat. Mm-hmm. A lot of time, I do agree with Codey when he says, sometimes, dude, they just want a little piece of something. But a real man, if he know that value of that woman, he know the value of her and what she means, he's not gonna do it. He ain't much. Everybody gonna look. I don't care who you is, man, woman, everybody, even married people look. The only thing you're not supposed to do is order from that menu. That's what I was always told. You can look at that menu, but you're not supposed to order. You're still a human being. You gonna look, okay, yeah, she look good, but and keep it moving. But then that's where that little boy mentality and that grown man mentality come in at. That's when you growing up. That's when you come from the little Tonka toys to the big Tonka toys when you gotta move. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel you. I don't personally like to categorize it as a situation of like. I think that what we do is we reduce it to a level of maturity, and because we reduce it to that level of maturity, it provides a negative connotation of whoever is committing the act. I think that if that's what you so choose to do, and that's how you live, you know, it's tantamount to this right here, right? And this is one of those things that whereas we may not like it, it's not that it's not true or it's not that it's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's tantamount to a victimless crime, which means that yes, if you get caught up is a problem, but if you operate properly, you ain't nobody will know. You know what I'm saying? Like you and the person who you woody woo with, they know, but that's it. If you operate the game properly. So a lot of times it's not that you don't know what you have at home. You know what you got at home, which is why you make conscious decisions as to who you deal with. You deal with people that got shit to lose, so you ain't got to worry about losing your shit. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times when you play, and this is why I say this is when you're playing the game. Now, you got people that don't entertain the game. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you are to entertain the game, I don't think that you are any less mature. I think that you decided to play the game. And if you're going to play the game, you got to play it righteously. You got to play it correctly. And this notion that your woman ain't untouchable above everything, that is a problem. You see what I'm saying? When you play the game correctly, your woman is none the wiser. And you got a lot of women that operate under the notion that what I don't see don't affect me. I know what I got. So when I come home every night, that's what you know. What I did when I was out there, that's where it was. That's where it's at. This is how you're supposed to operate in the game. Not every man operate like this. Not every man even play the game. Those who do play the game righteous, play the game fair, fellas, play the game how the game's supposed to be played. It's not to endorse the game. Not everybody is ready for the game. Not everybody is prepared to handle what the game come with. This is facts of life. But we do have a segment of the community that plays the game. I don't look down on them. I don't look at them in a different kind of way because that's just the game. That's how it goes. The same way we could admit that life, we're going to keep going round and round. Shit go round and round. And there is a segment of the life called the game. Some people choose to play. Some people not. It's not that person who choose to play should just be single like Denise is saying. No, because at the end of the day, you want your queen. But even if you look at the chessboard, it's pawns that you got too. It ain't just the king and the queen. It's the king, it's the queens, the horse, it's the pawns. You got some people that play the game. But guess what? Who is the most protected? Who can't nobody touch? And before you touch her, you got to touch every pawn. You got to touch every horse. You got to touch every king on the table. It's your queen. That's the game. If you play it, you play it. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. I think that even the notion that you're supposed to give people the option of the game, like, yeah, okay, I dig it. Some people can't handle it. Some people can. Hey, you know what? Getting caught up, if you do get caught up, that's also a part of the game too. That's a mistake you made. Hell, Tom Brady ain't win every Super Bowl he played in. He lost a couple of them. So if you choose to play the game, understand you can lose. Most people don't play the game because they're afraid to lose. If you ain't afraid to lose, then you play the game. It's not that you don't value, what you got. It's just that you're not afraid to lose because life is just that.
But you rather lose gold than have trash. You got to look at that too.
Of course, you always got to weigh out the options. You got to weigh it out.
Ain't no point in it.
Don't play the game.
Yeah, and listen, a lot of people they play that game, but then they can't handle it. You can't handle it. You can handle your stuff slanging and dangling, but then soon somebody slanging yours. Oh, now you hot. You ready to burn down the city, like, bro? How you operate like that, bro? And I don't respect no man who play the game and you can't handle it if it's your lady playing it too. Mm-hmm. Other than that, just stay on the porch. Don't do it.
Well, you know what the thing is with that? I think that the thing is that, we, like I say, we have different views of what cheating is for men and women. So that's where that man, like I say, because and this is what we're talking about just right here. Most women of morals, character, standard, don't just lay down with nobody, right? They have to have an emotional reaction to lay down with that man, which means that whereas a man could lay down with a woman irrespective of his emotions for that woman, you know that your woman ain't laying down with no man without having no emotions. So you mad because you lost your woman. Because like I say, remember we talked about this before, women don't cheat to have fun, they cheat to replace. Only men cheat to have fun. Women cheat to replace your ass. So when a woman cheats, a man know he's being replaced. That's where his anger comes from. Whereas when he's out here playing the game, he's playing the game under the auspice that he's not replacing his girl with any of these women. Now, how she feels about it is different, and she does have her choice in the matter. And if she chooses to leave or she chooses to do what she does, then that's a par for the game. That's how the game goes. But it's something to be said about that. That's why men get in their feelings, because you lost your girl. If your man cheat on you, you ain't worried about losing him. You just mad he went out there and got some side ass. You know he ain't going nowhere though. TB, you know I'm not lying. Your man go out there and get him a piece. You know he not going nowhere. You know he love you. He ain't going nowhere. You his queen. If you went out there and got a piece on your man, he is legitimately worried about you getting on from around. And that's why our reactions are different. That's why even if we do what we do, we expect different from you because we all share the same information. We all agree that a man can have sex with a woman irrespective of emotion, but any woman with morals, character, standards, she does not have sex with a man irrespective of her emotions. So when she do cheat, she leaving. And that's why you hurt. Now, yes, you could have caused her to cheat. You could have caused her to leave with your actions. But of course, you don't never think of that when you're in the game. You ain't thinking about the fact that you keep going to your right, and the man see you going to your right, and he keep picking you every time. You just blaming him for fouling you, slapping you on your wrist. But when you sit back and you think about the game, you like, damn, that nigga know I go to the right. Why I kept doing that? That's a part of the game. That's how it goes. That's just for the people who choose to play it. Now you got people who choose to play it, and you got, you like I said, you got people who don't. The people who don't, y'all will never have to worry about it. And the people who do, you know what time it is. That's all.
So you're saying that women cheats better than men?
No, I don't think women cheat better than men. I think women.
Shit.
Nah.
No.
Take the play, dude. Listen to me, dude.
All right, boy. Hey, listen, boy. We finna go at it about this. No. Women cheat. Boy, listen. Boy,
let me tell you. I'm finna get it right here. Women don't cheat better than men. What happens is men are better side pieces than women. So when a woman is dealing with another man, that man is traditionally cognizant of his place in that woman's life. So he ain't trying to be extra. He ain't doing the extra shit to get up under her main nigga skin. He knows he's number two. He conducts himself as he's number two. When women
that's why they
fall in love, when women start to have sex with you and fall in love with you, they totally forget that their position in your life was number two. So they are anxious to get you caught up because they equate you losing your main to making them the main. And we see this. When you had a side, not you, TB, I don't know if you ever had a side dude, but if you ever had a side dude, factually, the side dude didn't call you after 9 o'clock. Side dude waited for you to hit him up. He didn't never just hit you up. Side dude ain't never expect for you to go out to dinner with him, be seen in public with him. Side dude waited for you to call to say, baby, I need that. And he brought it right to you. Whereas after you start dealing with a woman and the woman start developing those emotions for you through y'all sexual interaction, her mind starts to totally forget about the fact that you got somebody else. Her mind does not care that you got somebody else because now she wants you to be hers. So you ever notice men don't get caught up because they be just cold slipping. A lot of men get caught up because women put signs out there for women to see. So you get on my Facebook and you go to heart eye in every picture and shit. You see what I'm saying? And this is irrespective of the fact that I gave you the game and told you that I had an old lady. So you don't care about that now. Now you commenting on every picture. Now you heart eyeing every picture. Now all of a sudden you messaging my girl with all this ignorant shit. That's how I got caught up. Not because you generally just caught me slipping. You caught me at the hotel with her. It ain't that women are better cheaters. It's just that men are better side pieces.
They women, bro. You ever ran into a scorn woman?
Hell yeah. Oh, now one thing about it now, women smooth with a motherfucker. I ain't gonna sit here and never tell no lies now. A woman to get baby or
TV sitting right there, and she not gonna disagree, bro. Women can be ruthless, boy.
Listen, I know. I'm not saying that they can't, but if we're talking about who cheats better, then the issue is that women oftentimes
choose not to.
Men don't get women caught up. When you got a man, if your man caught us together, man, I've seen dudes, and we see little social media videos, dudes turn gay then. You done called her phone, that dude done answered the phone. Hello? Where she at? Can I speak to TV, please? And niggas gonna go through all that. A chick going, can I speak to my man?
Period.
And she talking to your girl. No, she talking to your girl. Where Bay at?
Where Bay at?
What we do is that? If your girl call her, excuse me, is you dealing with my man? Your man, that's my man. I've been waiting for him to stop dealing with you. I just been accepting it. Ooh. If a dude call you about a chick, hey, bro, why your number in my girl phone? Shit, bro, you know, I'm a home girl. We used to work together. Shit, nah, she be hooking me up with all her little peoples or whatever. Yeah. Shit, I used to fuck with her cousin. I know something about her, so I know she do her. Nah, she be doing my daughter.
What do you think, TB?
I mean, I think we're better at it. And only because the impact and the damage is far worse. We will end your life, not literally, but we will crush you and make you like this giant becomes so small just by the acting itself. Even the thought of us cheating on you like makes your heart jump 210 beats. So I would say we're better only because
I can't sit though.
it hurts and we crush, and when we attack, we attack.
Right, I get that, but
side, right? You on my side, TB?
I am.
Okay.
Well, see, the thing is, TB, what you talking about when you say better at cheating, we talking about, well, at least I consider you talking about the act, who getting off with it. Now we talking about intention and who's gonna hurt worse, who gonna make who hurt worse. Then yes, women have that upper hand. They are gonna hurt a man much more than a man can hurt a woman in cheating situations. Because at this point, I think a lot of women realize that men ain't out here cheating to leave them. So really, you know, a lot of women know that already. Whether they like to admit it or not, they know that. But men also know that when women cheat, they cheating to replace you. Yeah, so yes, if we're gonna go with who hurt worse,
we
who hurts more,
though. Like you would not know, because I think because women, we cover our tracks. Really,
you would not know at all.
Do you cover your tracks? Or do you cover your tracks, or is your side dude not gonna blow up your spot?
Only because I keep his lane, like, yo, he know what's up. Like I treat him well.
Because he's a man and he has no emotional connection to y'all sex. So he ain't gonna get there. Whereas a woman is not, a woman is emotionally invested in sex with a man. So her emotions take over. That man is not emotionally invested in y'all sex. His sex with you is recreational. So because he recreationally has sex with you, his emotions don't allow his feelings to get involved. Whereas women have sex with emotion, so once their feelings get involved, we know that those feelings don't lead to logical conclusions. Those feelings don't lead to logical thought processes, and those feelings don't lead to logical action. Whereas remove feelings and you have logical decision making. With feelings, decisions become illogical because you're moving off of feeling. Men don't move from feeling. So you ain't got to worry about no man blowing up your spot. It's not that you got him trained. It's that he's not going to blow up your spot because his feelings are not involved and he's not emotionally invested. Whereas a woman is emotionally invested, her feelings are involved. Unless she just like, you feel me? Unless she just one of them. But we ain't talking about one of them. So, yeah, you ain't better. The dude just better sliding with you.
Bro, women train dudes, decide dudes, bro. You think them dudes don't listen, man? If she got some golden down there, bro, he's going to catch feelings. And then especially if they going out here and there, he treating her nice, she treat him nice. Bro, feelings gonna get involved, but she done already talked to this man. She already molded this man. Remind you, let's talk a bit. Let's keep it real now. Y'all already having sex, emotions might fly, she might catch emotion. Not necessarily means she's gonna lead the man she with. But bro, she already training this dude's mind. You already know what time it is. You gotta chill out. Oh well, if you do this right here, I'm gonna start messing with you. That dude gonna do that side dude, bro. She already got him wrapped up with the coops.
Okay.
She already got him wrapped up with the coops, bro. Like,
hold on one second.
Let's keep it real, bro.
Hold on one second. Ladies, gentlemen, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Y'all stick around. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We a couple of minutes over time here, so I got to get up out of here. Man Talk Monday, every Monday from 8 to 10 p.m. Y'all make sure y'all come. We have great conversation, and this is what we here for. You know, we have fun. You know, this part of the conversation, this is the fun that we have. But we definitely want to be engaging. We definitely want to speak on topics that will move the needle in our community. So, y'all make sure y'all go holler at TB, The Truth Effects. Tomorrow night, show airs at
9 p.m., y'all. 9 p.m.
9 p.m. on Instagram. The Truth Effects is EFFEX. It's just how we say it. So, y'all be easy, man. It's always been nice, man. It's all love.
Thank you so much.
Forget
Thank you.
to reach and help somebody that needs your help. And why? Because at one point in time, you needed help too. It's love, y'all.
Nice.